So the concept of mix and yield, I explained to you that, okay, if I want to make a product, okay, I want to make a product, and this product requires raw materials, right? So I have to put raw material A into the process. So we have raw material A, and this is my standard. Do you guys get it? This is my standard. Standard, we said standard is always of actual production. Do you guys remember?
Yes.
So anytime you hear the word standard, not per unit, you hear standard, it means that it is what? We are going to take our standard cost per unit, right? And multiply by what? The actual level of activity. No, be so? If you
Yes,
hear
sir.
budget, budget means you are going to take what? The standard cost per unit, no be so, and multiply by what? The budgeted unit. True or false? So
True.
the
Yes,
standard
sir.
cost per unit is the budget cost per unit. Okay. If you multiply by your actual unit produced, you get your standard. If you multiply by your budgeted units, you get your budget. Do you get it? This rule, I want you to keep it with you because this is why a lot of students are failing management accounting. Okay, it is the basic rules. Now, we are going to use these same rules to understand the concept of mix and yield variance. So if I'm producing I have more than one raw material, it means I have to mix it. And when I mix it, a different taste is going to come out. True or false?
True.
True. And that is what we call the yield, the output that comes out. I get to know the input type we want. So mix and yield actually is either from input or is from output. I said it's either from what?
Input or output.
That's why student gets confused. Say here the question was saying input, it was saying output. Let's understand. See, if I want to make tea, okay, I use the tea example because it makes sense, right? If I want to make tea or I want to make a creamy Milo drink, okay, there are some raw materials that I mix and put in. True or false? True or false?
True.
So at the end of the day, you can have some inputs, which are your raw materials, right? Then the output becomes the tea. True or false? Which are like the units you produce. True or false? So this is the
True.
input-output method. So it means that at the end of the day, you put in some input and output came out. Okay. Now, the same way you can still put in some input, okay? That input that you have put in, you will lose some. Then you get what? Your actual input that you ended up putting in. Do you understand? So let's see. Anytime I'm frying egg, you know that definitely some will be left over in the shell. True or false?
True.
So if I put in this egg into the fry pan, there's a chance that I'm going to lose, I get to some normal loss, right? Let's say 2% of that egg. Then whatever I will have will be what? Whatever I will have will be the actual input that I have, right? True or false?
Yeah, true.
Does it make sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
So we are saying that, okay, at the end of the day, this egg, I added it with another raw material, which is maybe onion, or what? Salt. Are you getting it? Or something else. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, this one, I would have made a loss to come and get these inputs, which was the actual one. Okay, so either the mix and yield is focused on the inputs or it is focused on what you put in to get some units, which is the output. Students don't know this. That's why mix and yield looks like it's difficult. But know that whether you put something in, what actually was put into the process, or whether you put something in and something came out, we still have to assess whether what I expected to get after I put this in and what I got after I produced are two different things. So with the first one, which is the output one, assuming I decided to put what? 90% Milo or 90% milk. Okay, let's say there's only milk and water in this mix that we want to mix, right? There was 90% milk, and then there was what? 10% water, right? This is what we expected, right? Are you getting it? That means this is what we want to put in. So at the end of the day, this one, we know this one gives us a creamy taste. True or false? We know it gives us a creamy taste, right? So that is what? The yield that came out. Does it make sense? But what if we go home and this 90-10 we want to mix, we realize that somebody has taken some of our milk and we're able to only mix in a different quantity. Please, I hope everyone is following.
Yes, sir.
So it means that when we go home, we couldn't mix it in that proportion, but we could only mix it 60-40. That means the taste that will come out will be different taste.
Yeah.
And that is the yield that came out. Are we okay? So we are saying, okay, now we mix 60% milk and 40% what? Water, which means that there's a deviation of what? There's a variation of what? 30%, and there's a variation of 30% here. Does it make sense? Now let's come here too. If what I wanted to put in, I lose 2% each time. This is what I expected to put in, right? But if at the end of the day, I decide that, okay, now the egg that I want to fry, I realized that when I broke the egg, some in the shell spilled. Not be so. Do you think I'm now losing only 2% or I'm losing more? Am I now?
You are losing more.
I'm losing more, right? Usually in some processes, let's say if I'm doing things like tie and dye or I'm boiling something, evaporation happens. And it's a normal part of the process. So sometimes the raw materials that I decide to mix and put into the process might change after this evaporation happens before I even start production. So mix and yield can happen within the final product itself, and that is the output approach. And it can happen to the raw material in the process itself, and that's the input approach. You see, everything else will become simple. This thing, I've never seen it in books, but that is the nature of it. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good. Now that you know that mix and yield can take the form of what? Output or input, I want us to take a basic illustration, okay? So let's say that a company has a product A that has, let's say want to do Milo, right? I told you want to do tea. Do you remember? Let's use tea example, then it starts making sense. Okay, so what are we mixing to make our Milo? Our tea. We have Milo, right? So let's say Milo, we need 5 liters. Are you getting it? Of Milo. Are you getting it? All going for, let's say, 10 cedis per liter. Okay? Are you following? This was our
Yes, sir.
standard. This is what we expected. Standard means expected. Okay? Okay? So this is what we expect, right? Then, I hope you all understand. And then we need milk, right? How many liters of milk do we need? Let's say that we need 10 liters of milk, right? All going for, let's say, 12 cedis per what? Per liter. Okay? And then we also need water. Okay? Water, let's say we need 8 liters of water. Okay? All going for 5 cedis per liter. Okay? So let's say that at the end of the day, this is what we actually anticipated. All right. So how much would this give us? 510, that's 50. No, be so? 10, 12,
True.
that's one. How much is that?
120.
120.
85, that's 40, right? So our standard would be how much?
70. 210.
210. Good. Okay. Now let's come to the actual. All right. Then they told us that what? Actual raw materials used or actual ingredients used. I get the actual ingredients used during the process. So let's see. So Milo, okay, they ended up using let's see, they ended up using 500,000 kg of Milo, okay, milk. They ended up using 485,000 kg. I said kg, we're using liters, right? No, be so.
Yeah.
Yes. Liters. And then finally water. They say we use 420,000 liters of water. Okay. Then they said actual units of tea, of milk drink or Milo drink, okay, of Milo drink produced, okay, during the period or during the month, okay, during the month was 15,000 units, okay, was 15,000 units, okay. So what are they asking for? All right. They're saying that sorry, I'm supposed to give you this. This one was at, let's see. This one was 10 per liter, right? This one was 12 CD, 50 pesos per liter. This one was at 14 CD, 20 pesos per liter. And this one was at 3 CD, 20 pesos per liter. Okay, so this is what we have. All right. So what is our requirement? First, we are supposed to find the material mix variance, material yield variance, material usage variance, and material price variance. It's a full question, right? Have you written it down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please, are we all done? Can we move? Can we move?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is what we are saying. Listen, anytime you hear mix and yield, I want you to put this down. Say standard quantity. Are you following? Actual quantity and actual quantity. What did I say? Say what?
Standard quantity.
Quantity, actual quantity, actual quantity. So just say SQ, AQ, AQ. Okay? SQ, AQ, AQ. What did I say? SQ, AQ, AQ. That's the first thing that you need to put down. And all you are going to add to them is standard mix, and actual mix. That's all. What did I say?
Standard mix, actual mix, actual mix.
Standard mix,
No, I said
dual mix.
SQ, AQ, AQ. Okay, so SQ, AQ, AQ. That's what you need to write down. Anytime you hear mix and yield, whether it's sales mix or labor mix or whatever, just put SQ, AQ, AQ. Then you do SM for life, right? Shutter movement. You do SM, SM, and then AM. Okay? The SM means standard mix. Okay? Did you get the style?
Mm.
Yes, sir.
So let's go again. What did I say you should do when you hear mix and yield? We put down what?
SQ.
SQ, AQ,
AQ.
Okay, that's all you put down. Then you remember shutter movement. SM for life. So SM must come 2 times.
SM.
another SM,
And then
then
what?
AM,
AM, right?
AM.
That's all. Now, this is where you establish variances. Compare 2 at a time. Now, when you look at SQ and AQ, are they the same?
No.
No.
But SM and SM are the same, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That means the difference is not in the mix. So in exam, you say let SQ be equal to what? Standard what? Quantity, right? Let AQ be equal to what? Actual what?
Quantity.
Let SM be equal to what? Standard what? Mix. And let what? AQ AM be equal to actual what?
Mix.
Mix. Are you getting it? You see that SQ and AQ are different, but mix and mix are the same. True or false? So where is the difference coming from? Is the difference coming in the quantity or is coming in the yield? Is coming in the mix?
Quantity.
Is the difference coming from the quantity or is coming from SM?
Quantity.
Quantity is
Quantity.
different, right? That means this variance is a quantity variance. That means it's the yield variance. The quantities were different. Do you understand? Then let's come to this one. We compare this to this again. AQ and AQ, are they not the same?
Mm-hmm.
But where is the difference coming from? It's coming between SM and AM. Mebwa.
Yes.
That means the difference is not in the quantity, it's in what?
Mix.
The mix.
Mixed.
This becomes your mix variance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now if I have to rewrite this down, that means when I come to yield, yield will give me what? SQ SM minus AQ SM. Mebwa. Now all should be at standard price because we are dealing with material. Then when I come to mix, mix is what? Give me. Mix will now become what?
AQSM
Actual quantity at standard mix minus what?
minus AQAM.
At actual mix. Or at
Actual mix.
your standard price, right?
Standard price.
Okay. So something must kill a man, right? Yes. So we are saying that, you know something, we must go and conduct a marriage ceremony. What did I say?
Conduct a marriage ceremony.
So we have three nuclear family, right? So we have 3 people in that nuclear family. First, a man must marry, and then they give birth. So if you look at it carefully, we have only 3 things. In any mix and yield question, there are only 3 people you need to go and find. Who are they? SQ, SM. So you do workings for SQ, SM. Then you come and do workings for what? AQ, AM. Then 2 of them marry and become what? Remember, this is the man and this is the wife. Are you listening? Now, when a man marries a wife, who bears whose name?
Bears the man's name.
The woman must bear the man's name. So what was the man's name? Mr. SQSM, right? And the woman was Miss AQAM. But when they marry, what would their name become?
AQSM.
AQSM. Thank you. Now she must cancel her name and bear the man's name, right? So now here she wasn't a wife, she was just a woman. So literally you can say that this one is definitely the child, right? Because she has a trait of either of them. Okay. It's just a simple analogy, but I hope it made sense. So any mix and yield question, no matter how tough it is, whatever it is, it's only these 3 things you need. That's why I said unlearn everything you know. And let's simplify mix and yield. Is it making sense? So
Yes,
these are the only 3 things you are finding in every mix and yield question, whether it's sales mix or whether it's labor mix and yield or whatever it is. It's just these 3. Clear? So anytime you hear mix and yield, what do you do? SQ, AQ, AQ. Then remember SM for life, right? So you put standard mix, actual mix. You find the difference that you put down your formula. That's all. Now, let's play the good game. Okay, so now since this is what we are finding, you first need to go and find these 3 raw materials. Are you following? So let's come to this question. Okay. So how many units were actually produced during the year? 15,000 units. So let me ask all of you, this mix and yield we are doing, is it based on input or is based on output? Is it based on input or is based on output?
Output.
Output. How did you know? Because we produce 15,000 units. Do you understand? If it is based on input, you will see that it will be, they will tell you the number of units produced were 10,000 liters. Do you get it? So check. If it is based on output, it will be in units. If it is based on input, it will be in liters, because these are what we put in. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, since we need these guys, let's work by the side here so that it starts making sense. Okay. So what do we need? What are the things we are looking for? Standard quantity
Standard
at standard mix.
mix.
Okay. Actual quantity at standard mix. No be so. And actual quantity at what? Actual mix. Now, one
Yes,
thing
yes.
that you should understand is that standard quantity will always be at standard mix, and actual quantity will always be at actual mix. Whatever I expected to mix, is that not what I expected? It doesn't change. Whatever I actually did was exactly what I did. Does that make sense? So what was our actual mix? What was our actual mix? Milo.
Milo
How much? 500,000 liters. Meboa.
liters.
Milk. We mixed how much?
Yes.
485,000.
85. Yes.
Okay. Then
Water.
I said how many units were produced? 15, right? It should be 150. Sorry, 150,000 units should be produced. Okay. Milk was 45,000 liters. Meboa. And then water was what? Actual. We are looking at actual. Actual is always in the proportion you actually mixed it. 420,000. If I add all these liters, how much do we get? What's the total actual quantity? We had 500,000 liters of Milo plus 485,000 liters of what? Milk, and 420,000 liters of what?
1,405,000.
Okay, so this one you have 1,405,000 what? Liters. No be so. Good. Now let's come to our standard quantity. So for Milo, you realize that for Milo, we had what? Only 5 liters. Meboa. For milk, we had only what? 10 liters. No be so. And for water, we had what? 8 liters. But you see, looking at these big figures we have here compared to this, is it not too small? Is it not too small?
Yeah.
It is.
It means something is missing, right? And I told you standard should always be of what? Actual units produced, right? Remember, standard must always be multiplied by what? Actual. True or false? That's what we learned, right? You remember from the flex budget. Okay. So what's the actual unit produced? That's what we need to multiply by. What's the actual units produced?
150.
150.
150,000.
150,000. Thank you. So 150 way, you know, liters of Milo, what we are saying. 150 way liters of milk, what we are saying. 150 way liters of water, what we are saying. So if you multiply, you are now coming to get the standard quantity at the standard mix, because getting the standard mix means that here, I'll test it and you will see. It is 5:10:8. That will give us what? 20 what? 5 plus 10 plus 8.
23.
23. Okay, we'll test it and we'll see. Now, if I multiply this, what do I get? I just want to show you something. 5 by 150.
450,000.
750.
5 by 150. It should be 750.
Hey.
750.
Okay, 750,000 liters. Okay, then 10 by 150. 1,500.
1,500.
Okay, 1.5 million. Then this one, we get what? What do we get?
200,000.
1.2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so look at something here. You see, this is what we got, right? Now, if you spread it in the standard mix, you still get the same thing. Let's see. If I add all, what do I get? All this, when I add it up, what do I get? Add it up and see. I just want to prove to you. Add everything here and see. What do you get?
You have 450,000.
How much?
3,450,000.
Okay, 345.
0,000.
3,450,000. Okay, now you see this 3,450,000. Let's try spreading it in this standard mix. which is 5:10:8, and let's see. If I multiply this by 5 out of 23, multiply this out of what? 10 out of 23, and multiply this over what? 8 out of 23. Check and see if we don't get the same figures we are looking for. Do it and let's see.
Yeah, the same. 750,000.
Do you understand? I said this figure we have here, not this one. So, or you guys don't get what I'm saying?
No,
Are we
please.
are you using the total or
Yes, the total. I said use the total and multiply just like you are doing and see. Spread the
yes, if
total in that mix. You get the same figures.
yes.
This is what
Please, Prof,
I'm
Prof,
trying.
please come again.
3,450,000, which is the standard quantity we had at the standard mix. Now multiply this by 5 out of 23. What do you get?
Yeah. Is it 750?
Isaac, are you okay now?
Yes.
Same 3,450,000 that we had again, and multiply by 10 out of 23. What do you get?
We get a 1,500,000.
Take this same 3,450 and multiply by 8 out of 23. What do you get? You get the same 1.2. True or false?
1 point. Sure.
Isaac, are you okay now?
Yes, Prof, I'm okay.
So what we are saying is this, that you see these letters that we have, because we are working with the output, you see we multiply by the actual output produced, and we had this. Do you get it? So if I should spread this in the standard mix, because this was already in the standard mix, that's why I left it. But if I should spread the total that I get in the same mix, I should get back these same figures again. And I hope it made sense. I hope it made sense.
Yes, sir.
So you see, we took the total and spread it in the standard mix. True or false? True or false? But this one,
True.
this standard quantity was a standard mix. Actual quantity was the actual mix here. But now they are saying that this actual quantity we had here, we should spread it in what? This actual quantity,
Standard mix.
spread it in the what?
Standard mix.
Standard mix, me boy. And what was the standard mix? 5, 10, and 8. No be so. So they are saying that, okay, for Milo, spread it what? This 145 that you actually got. What if this 145,000 was spread in the standard mix of 5 out of 23? What if for milk, this what? This 1,405,000 was spread in the ratio of the 10 out of 23? Okay, because that's the standard mix, no be so. And then the water was also spread, this 1,405,000 was also spread what? In the ratio of what? 8 out of 23. As if that is what actually should have happened, then what would have actually happened? So all you have to do is get your actual mix, add everything up, and spread it in the standard mix. That's all. So these are the 3 family members you need in every mix and yield question, be it sales mix, labor mix, whatever. These are the only things you need. So mix it and let's see. What do we get?
Milo, I had 305,435.
So you have 305,435. And then this one, 610. 610,870. No be so.
610,870.
Then 488,695. No be so. And
Yeah.
gotten your latest. Okay, good. So now have we gotten the 3 family members? Have we? Have we gotten
Yes,
the
sir.
3 family members? Yes, we have. Since we have gotten the 3,
Prof,
yes, please.
the water is 488,696. Yeah.
Do you get it? Since we've gotten the 3 family members, all we need is to fill in, right? Let me just extend this. So how do we fill in? We know we need SQ what? AQ, AQ. Then what do we bring? What do we bring?
SM,
Total
AM.
movement, right? SM for life. So shutter movement, then we bring our AQ, right? We know between this and years, we get yield, no be so. Between this and this, we get what? We get mix, no be so. All by what? Our standard price, no be so. Okay. So in that case, between this and this, we get yield. So that means yield gives us what? SQ SM minus AQ what? SM. Mebwa. All at what? Standard price. No be so.
Yes, sir.
And mix gives us what? AQ SM minus what? AQ AM.
Yeah.
See, I've already written the AQ. Okay, AQ AM, right? All at what? Our standard price. Mebwa. So now that this has been done, we already have. Do we have SQSM? Do we have SQSM in our working?
Yes, please.
We do.
Yes,
And how
please.
much was it?
Milo is
700,000.
750.
50.
Okay. Then AQSM, do we have it? Yes.
Yes,
305 for
35.
4.5.
And what was the standard price? Was it given?
Standard price for Milo was 10 cedis.
Was it 10 CD?
Yes.
Then milk. Then milk. 1,500 liters.
155 meters.
Then minus
610. 610,867.
610,870. And then before what was the standard price?
Standard price, that's a micro.
Was it?
Standard price is 12.
12 cedis.
Okay.
12 cities.
Then what about water?
Water is 1.2.
1.2, right? Okay, 1.2 liters. 1.2 million liters minus our 48869.
488.
And then the standard price was what?
5.
5.
Cities.
Yeah. So where we that's your mix variance. It's your yield variance. Okay. Tell me, is this thing difficult?
It's not application.
Prof, question go over.
Oh yes, we'll solve plenty questions. Then you say we pen the episode of it. Let's continue. But you get the concept, right? But it looks a little new. Maybe what? Don't worry, after 2-3
Yes.
minutes, get the clue. Don't worry. But it looks simple, right? Just that you haven't gotten there yet. Akakaka. Maybe what?
Sure.
Yes, solve it 2-3. Be okay. So please give us the figures. Quick. Time, but let's speed up a little. Now,
Okay,
all
yes.
you have to do is observe and report. So don't write this answer. TRC on your free time, you try and see if you can do it yourself, right? Don't worry. The video
Milo is 345.
3.
Milo, I had 3445650.
4 like this. Then
Yes, please. 5650.
5650. Here you don't have to think. If it's positive, it's favorable. If it's negative, it's adverse. That's all. Okay, so let's see. What do we get for this one too? Please, so time. So please speed up for me a little.
Okay.
10
10
66
66.
95
Is it 66 or 86?
66
66.
9560.
60. Positive, right?
Yes, please.
So it will become favorable. Mebwa. Okay.
Yes. Yes. 355.
No, this will be 10 million. The next one, you said is 355.
6520.
520.
Favorable.
Okay. So when we add all, it means the yield variance. What came out was good, right? So what's the yield variance? Yield variance never an answer.
One
One
eight
eight
671
That is
730.
671.
1730.
Favorable, right? Okay. So
uh,
Milo.
what do
So this one we just pick this side, right? AQASM. We know that it is what we load here. So you just pick 610 870 488 696. Then I subtract the actual quantity at actual mix. We know this one was 500 liters, right? This one was what? 485 liters. And this one was what? 420 liters. Now, all at what? Standard price, right? So all you gotta do is what you gotta do. So 10, 12, 5. So what do we have? Three zero five four three five minus 500,000. All at 10. Adverse of 19456 1945650. 610,870 minus 485,000. All at 12. We have 1,510,440. We have 488,696 minus 420,000. All at 5. 343.
343480.
3,480. Adverse, favorable, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
three 112610.
Yeah. Adverse.
So that means usage. That is the mix variance. So that means usage becomes, we know, is mix plus yield. Right? So the material usage variance is the sum of A plus what? B. So what's the sum? Plus 18,671,730. 18,671,730. That's 15,559.
9120.
Favorable. Wait. Any question? Or let's do more.
Yes.
We should do more. Okay. So, which diet did mix and yield even come? Last diet is sales mix. But let me give you the idea, okay?
No.
Let me give you the idea so that you can do any of them anytime it comes. Listen, once a material is cost, true or false? Material is it not cost?
It's cost.
It's cost. Since material is cost, we do standard minus what? Actual. Are you following? This one works for the costs. Okay. But when it is income, we go the opposite direction. If it is income, we go what?
Opposite direction.
Income, we go actual minus what? Standard. That's what you should understand. So it means that if I'm doing mix and yield, when I do what? SQ, AQ, AQ, okay? Then I bring what? What do I insert in the middle?
SM, AM.
SM, SM, AM, right?
Yeah.
So once I'm able to do this, for sales, I'm going to go the opposite direction. What did I say?
Opposite direction.
For sales, I'm going to go opposite direction. But sales, we don't multiply by standard price. Sales, if you are going to make profit, is based on your contribution or the profit you expect to make, right? So that one we multiply by our standard profit. Okay. This standard profit, if it is marginal costing, remember we don't have absorption. So marginal costing, your standard profit is your contribution per unit. But under absorption costing, your standard profit is your normal profit, right? It's still your standard profit per unit.
Standard profit.
Okay, so it's still your profit per unit. Okay. So just have this in mind that is the same thing you do for mix and yield. But when it comes to sales, you don't multiply by standard price, you multiply by standard profit, by the same formula, but we go in the opposite direction. Okay. That means between this and this, what do we have? What's the difference? Quantity and quantity, are they the same?
No.
Yes. No.
Check. Quantity and quantity, are they the same?
No.
No. But mix and mix are the same, right? That means the
Yes.
difference is in the quantity. So this is the sales quantity variance, which in mix and yield, we call the yield. Then here, the difference, quantity and quantity, are they the same?
Yes.
But mix
Yes.
and mix, are they the same?
No.
So
No.
this is what we call the sales mix variance. Are you following? Intino sales mix, and then your friend promotional mix. You see that you can sell Pepsodent and you can sell Brush. Then you say buy one get one free, buy two get one free. That is the promotional mix. At the end of the day, the total that you mix and sell to customers, unyawo result, right? What you expected to sell at the end of the promo, Ubon said the outcome was either better than what you expected, you sold low or you sold high, which can tell you how much profit you expected to get at the end of the day. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, how do we get this standard profit that we are talking about? So, standard profit is our normal way. Okay, standard profit, what you need is that definitely you need your selling price per unit all the time. All the time in your exam, there's a way that you have to calculate OAR. So, you get your selling price per unit, then you less your what? Your cost per unit. Okay, and this cost per unit, if you are doing absorption costing, okay, let me just do absorption costing here and then do marginal costing here. So normally cost per unit, you are going to take your direct material cost, right? That means your variable cost, right? Direct labor cost per unit. Variable overhead cost, right? Remember that all these things are variable cost per unit. Remember, true or false?
Yeah.
Now, if you're under absorption costing, you need fixed cost per unit. But for marginal costing, this becomes your standard profit, which is your contribution per unit. Okay. So for marginal costing, because we don't have fixed cost per unit, rent, can you get rent for every 1 unit you produce?
No.
Possible. No, unless you use guesswork to get it. So because rent, electricity, depreciation, you cannot get it per unit. Okay. Those ones, we don't absorb them. They are considered period cost. They are considered for a period, a full amount. So here we end here. But when it comes to absorption costing, your cost per unit, you have to add your fixed cost per unit. Are you following? And fixed cost per unit, because we cannot tell rent per unit and those things, we use OAR as an arbitrary way to what? Absorb the fixed overhead per unit into the cost. Okay, that's what gives us what? Our full cost. So we need our full cost to get our profit per unit, meaning that if we take our selling price here, we are going to less all this, including the cost, the fixed cost per unit, right? To come and get our standard what? Profit. Makes sense. But if it's marginal costing, when we take our selling price, we only less the variable cost to come and get what? The standard contribution, which is like the standard profit, which is the contribution per unit. Are we okay?
Yeah.
So always have this in mind, though, because that's what will make you. When it comes to absorption costing, use the total profit per unit. When it comes to marginal costing, use the contribution per unit. Okay. So without talking plenty, let's see what question came last night, and let's play our game and see if we can do it. Management accounting is a very simple course. You just need to. Or do you want us to take a basic one first? Yeah, let's see. Then that means I'll have to share the question with you. Let me see. Okay.